LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't predict the future, but it can help you feel confident about future hires. Because Hiring Pro combines real-time insights and candidate data from the LinkedIn network with the criteria you've set for your role to deliver you a list of top-fit candidates. Businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
You know you need fiber for a healthy gut, but do you actually know how to get it? Quaker's been serving up fiber since 1877, with over 100 great-tasting, good source of fiber options to choose from. Whether you like old-fashioned oats, instant oatmeal, granola, or oatmeal squares, Quaker makes it delicious. So good. Get your fiber with Quaker. Shop Quaker's good source of fiber products at a store near you.
Peggy's 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is WWE Superstar Xavier Woods, a.k.a. Austin Creed, and I got some information for you. It's time to finish the story in WWE 2K24. Relive the greatest moments in WrestleMania history in the 2K showcase of the Immortals. From the golden era to today, the evolution of the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment is in your hands. With an epic roster of superstars and brand new match types, it's down to you to finish your story in WWE 2K24, available now.
Symbolically pouring them all over the head of Punk. But oh my God! Oh my God! McIntyre there, Punk
is back. It's the show that celebrates WWE. It's Gorilla Position.
Hello, you, and welcome to Gorilla Position.
I'm a champion!
Thank you very much for hitting the download button on this, your pro wrestling / sports entertainment podcast of pleasure. My name's James D. Lowe, your host and your guide through the wonderful world of WWE. Thank you for tuning in to this episode 346 of the biggest and best WWE podcast in the UK, the only show of its kind to be supported, endorsed, and promoted by WWE themselves. It is Wednesday, October 9th. Bad blood is in the history books. What a night it was. So much to break down on this week's GP, from the final boss returning to the proper return of Hell in a Cell like it was always designed to be. Can't wait to discuss CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. If that ain't a 5-star match, I don't know what is. Monday Night Raw, now 2 hours until the end of the year. How do we feel about the first 120-minute Raw in 12 years? We'll get into that too. So much to chat through, so let's just start chatting. To dive into everything with me this week, firstly, he's a podcaster, he's a content creator, he's a rapper, he's a DJ, and he's fresh from a trip to Trinidad and Tobago. The Man They Call Skillit is back!
You better recognize. Hey everyone.
How are you, my skills?
That's my new thing now for my introductions. I'm going to just quote a slogan from a wrestler from the past, maybe from the present. So that was a homage to D'Lo Brown.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. We were talking about D'Lo Brown just before we started recording.
Yeah.
We were talking about bubbly heads.
Bubbly heads, baby.
And D'Lo Brown obviously came up in conversation. And now to some big news. And now to a recycled intro from last week that I can finally say with confidence, with a smile on my face and a tear in my eye. I threatened that this man would be fired from Gorilla Position if he didn't show up. I gave him 2 weeks grace. Slight edit in the script there. But ladies and gentlemen, GP's resident white meat babyface has returned to save his job. He's the editor of Kick magazine. He is a content creator for DAZN. And he is back. Ash Rose is actually here! Oh, God!
The final boss is back, baby.
I wouldn't call yourself the final boss.
Well, The Rock's back, so I have to be back.
It's all good in the world.
Welcome back.
I must apologise. Last week, particularly, don't like Kent Transport. Yeah, they should get a very harshly worded email from me if I could find
Well,
time.
they should. In fact, Kent Council or whoever
Arriva, they called, I think. Arriva buses.
Arriva buses.
Yeah. You're on the list.
Well, what I was going to say is, listeners, instead of directing emails to hellou@wwgp.co.uk, email Arriva buses and blame them for Ash's absence last week.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, guess what?
What?
The Goosebumps is back.
High fives.
Come on.
The original trio.
It's hard to five of the three-way.
That was a bit hard.
This is the old team.
Yeah.
The
The
20, the 2016
The
team.
original NWO.
Yeah, I like that.
The third man.
Although James is wearing a trucker hat, which I think is something very new.
It's my new look.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Well, you've worn that before.
Yeah, but Ash hasn't been here.
Yeah,
so
I've been here for like 2
point.
years,
Yeah,
so I
sorry,
wouldn't know.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Godwins.
Well,
Don't go messing with the country boys.
I was going to say I'm insulted by that, but I'm not. No, don't. Absolutely not.
Which one? Henry or Phineas?
I don't remember the difference.
Henry, of
come
course.
on,
Yeah.
Henry. So yeah, I mean, we were saying just before we started recording, this is our 47th episode of the year,
Crazy.
and Ash, this is his 4th appearance.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Astro.
Some of them you haven't actually been in the country for, in fairness, because you were at, events.
Okay,
So that's my only excuse.
but you should have been at the events
I
as well.
should have been, yeah.
So-
Blame WWE Kids magazine for deciding that we're not going to do it anymore. So
Well, that's that's no excuse.
sucks.
that does suck.
That
Bring
sucks.
it back.
You should get yourself out there.
Yeah, I will be. Go to the zone.
Well, we're going to do Mania, right? We all have to do Mania.
Oh, Vegas.
all have to
Vegas.
be
What
there.
stays in Vegas, baby?
I'm wearing a suit to everything. Ric Flair, baby. I'm wearing a suit to the live shows, wearing a suit to the press conferences, a suit even when we go out for dinner.
I guarantee this will last for one day.
One day.
Breakfast.
We should recreate the Hangover WWE style.
That's right. That'd be great.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time, and today is going to be a good time. Ash, thank you and welcome back.
It's
back.
a
I'm-
pleasure.
I'm
It's
so-
great to see you, Ash.
It's like being home. I've come home.
But
Finally, Ash Rose has come back. Wait for the dramatic pause.
Home.
and he's wearing the Rock t-shirt
Obviously.
and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
His favourite, his favourite.
It's
Yeah.
great to have you back. Have you been playing 2K24?
Always. Yeah.
Always?
Genuinely, it's the only game I play because
Is
I'm
it?
not really a gamer. So, yeah.
What's been your your go-to match and stip?
I like I always like doing the kind of rumble type matches because you get to play as different people, and so I'm a bit old school like that. I know that's one of the old things that every game has had, but I still like them. I'm old school, I like doing that. And recreating the WrestleMania modes is always fun as well.
WrestleMania mode is excellent. So, as always, want to kick off the show with a massive shout out to our headline sponsors, WWE 2K24, the greatest ever and highest rated WWE video game of all time. Remember, you can grab your copy if you don't have it already. I mean, come on.
Even I have it.
And also, even I have it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a gamer.
I thought I still had a Mega Drive.
But I love this game. It's so much fun. And Christmas is round the corner-ish.
Yeah.
So it's going to make a good stocking filler.
Absolutely.
So grab your copy of the game using the link in the description of this podcast right now. WWE 2K24 is available on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Should we get to some emails?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Ben, by the way. Producer Ben.
Hi, Ben. Everybody's here.
Everybody's back, apart from Poppy.
Yeah, she left. Yeah. Can we shout out to Daniel?
Yeah, well done, Daniel. He held the
held
fort
it down, man.
tremendously
Held it down.
for the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Mental.
Well done, Daniel.
You did a great job, Daniel. But Ben, very, very happy to have you back. I'm joking, Daniel. I'm joking. Ben, did you have good holidays?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this discussion off air. We don't need to do it on the podcast. So, Andrew Tomlin has been in touch. Oh, lovely. Hello, you. Sunday, I was at a local run and I found myself at the start almost next to James.
Oh.
I did a standalone 10K race thing in Hertfordshire. Anyway, I would have said hello, you, but James was chatting to the runners he was there with. What I'm sorry for, though, is I didn't take the opportunity to shout, "Are you ready?" just as everyone started to move off. Keep up the great work, Andrew. P.S. On the greatest WWE superstars of all times, you can't look further than Honky Tonk Man. Gotta love the 80s. Honky Tonk Man, greatest of all time?
No.
Nowhere near.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I love that email, Andrew.
Good Hasbro figure.
Great Hasbro.
Yeah,
We've
with
got
the
it in the,
guitar,
we've
yeah.
got it in the studio.
You know
here
what?
somewhere.
He had some fun moments and he cut some good promos, but in terms of a match, apart from the one where he lost the Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah, I was
in
gonna say, apart from the
53
Warrior one,
seconds.
yeah.
I don't remember.
He was in a shark cage
Jet
match,
Snake, Jet
actually.
Snake as well. He had a good match with Jet Snake.
They were in a match with a shark cage. And Jimmy Hart was in a shark cage. It may have been a house show. I did some shark cage research.
Is that WCW?
No, it was WWE. It was one of the first ones. I think
that.
actually it was Saturday Night Main Event. There you go. It
don't
was
remember
Saturday
that.
Night's Main Event. Hockey Talk Savage with Jimmy Hart in a shark cage.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't remember that at all. But okay.
Neither did I.
Okay.
And Saturday night's main event returning
Yeah.
December 14th.
Yes, it
That's
is.
our
Yes, it is.
Coliseum.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
That's pretty
about
cool. That is pretty cool, man.
that. And they're kind of treating it as a bit of a PLE.
yeah.
Yeah. And they
Even
got
that-
the old graphics back. Because they bought it back, didn't they? Like maybe 10 years ago.
About 2009 time, yeah.
And it didn't have the same graphics, but they brought back like the original.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
I love it. Love a bit of nostalgia.
So you're gonna have like, famous stars from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
Nostalgia be in the crowd like they did with Bad Blood. So it'll be Jimmy Hart. Who else will be there? Honky Tonk Man probably.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Conquer Beware.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of
Hall of
Fame,
Fame, yeah.
So it'll be stuff like that.
Well, Andrew, you've kicked off some nice nostalgia chat,
Yeah.
so thanks for that. And I'm interested to know your time. How quickly did you do your 10K? I
That's
hope
what
it
you
all
get
went
with
well.
run. When people start running, it's all about the time.
Well, I did my personal best
Oh,
Sunday.
there you go. The old
James,
PBs out.
you know what? I'm very proud of you. You're doing really well.
50 minutes,
You're
44
looking great
seconds.
as well.
Good old PB.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
looking great.
Skills.
The running
I
is
appreciate that.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
great cardio.
It's great. Andrew, how did you do? And I wish you'd said hello. You should have come and said hello. I don't know why you didn't. You should have interrupted me talking to other people. They were probably boring me.
You weren't talking wrestling, were you?
No, exactly.
Exactly.
So, Andrew, you really should have come up and we could have chatted the whole way round.
Yeah.
Why are running together
Yeah.
side by side?
We could have. I mean, well, I did that 10K after 3 hours sleep
On Bad Blood.
because
yeah.
of Bad Blood. It was on the Sunday morning, so I was very tired. We could have broken down Bad Blood.
A
all the way around.
podcast? Can that be done? A live podcast on the run?
I think
GP
let's
on
do
the
it.
run?
Let's do it. Well, we did an episode from the back of your car.
We
once,
did, yeah.
which was similar.
Yeah.
We did an episode.
We did an episode in bed, me and Skillet, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Good memory.
It's all happened.
Yeah.
It's all happened. Adam Leeson's been in touch. Hello, you. Hey, guys. Still loving the pod as always. # save Ash.
I'm here.
He's here. Hey, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
He was saved just. Read the Vince doc. I was quite surprised how little I learnt and totally agree that some parts just felt like an old school WWE doc on DVD. Just before we carry on with this, Skills, you weren't on the show
No,
last week,
no,
were you?
no,
So
no,
me
no.
and Mex obviously
Yeah.
broke down the Vince doc in great detail, but just sort of an overview, quick thoughts from you guys. Ash?
Yeah, I mean, I echo a lot of what you guys were saying. I think from a wrestling fan's point of view like us, you didn't learn too much. There are obviously some tidbits that you're kind of like, oh, okay, like you got Vince's kind of opinion on it. I know opening it by saying I won't tell you the real stories was kind of a flat note to open a documentary, but I enjoyed it and I loved seeing the backstage stuff, some of the stuff we'd never seen before. But I think as a whole, you don't really learn as much as we probably wanted. I know I could see the backlash. People like, oh, what did that? But it's a Netflix thing. I don't really know what people were expecting. We weren't going to get that deep because it's got to appeal to a broader audience, hasn't it? But
Well, I think I mean, they did go into things that I was surprised
Yeah,
they
the
did
Owen
go
stuff,
into,
yeah.
which was good. I thought it was very frank and honest, but I do feel like it only scratched the surface in many ways. It did. Skills, would you agree? Confirm to everyone that Vince is not a nice human being,
He's not. Unfortunately. So I mean, don't get me wrong.
and that was a polite way of saying it.
With these
Cretin.
documentaries, they will always kind of conflate a few things, especially with the whole his character and what he's like as a person. I do think a lot of that was a bit heightened. We all know that a lot of the Mr. McMahon character was generally a character, and I do agree that there were certain angles that he probably did bring in from his personal life, which was obviously uncalled for, horrible to do, and obviously some of the decisions that he stands by till this day, like you guys mentioned last week with the whole Owen continuing the show with Owen. I always never agreed with that. And yes, and like you said, James, I was quite surprised they covered a few things. But yes, generally they covered quite a lot. And like you said, they're only scratching the surface. There's other stuff that they haven't mentioned. But I feel very good documentary. I'm a bit I don't know. I'm conflicted about the documentary, if I'm honest. I obviously don't agree with a lot of his practices. I don't agree with his mentality with things and how and especially, they didn't even talk much about the sexual assault. I know that it came to the point where they mentioned it in the last episode.
Yeah.
But I guess because it's an ongoing investigation, I'm assuming that's probably why they haven't really.
I think so,
They couldn't talk much about it. But to answer your question, yeah, not nice guy.
I felt sorry for Shane. That's what one of my biggest takeaways was like, I think Shane's got from me as well, from a bit of a bad rap from WWE fans in the last, just because he got a bit stale on camera.
Yeah.
But I really felt for him in that, because you could see that basically he's just a son who wants a bit of an approval from his dad. And
yeah, exactly. And I think, I said last week, the whole thing was very sad, but I think one of the takeaways really, and this is a really simplistic way of looking at it, but dads out there with kids, hug your kids.
Yeah.
Show them love.
100%.
Because ultimately that's what it is all about.
Yeah.
It's what Vince never had. And look at what kind of a human he turned into, and that sort of obsessive need for control, and then, that secular thing of the abuse then carrying on to others, that he then was a part of, that he had experienced as a young kid, but then also not showing that love to Shane, and Shane being desperate for the approval.
Yeah.
It's just horribly sad.
hug your kid, or they'll end up jumping off a Titantron.
Yeah,
Just to get your approval.
or a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's all very sad. Back to Adam's email. I was wondering if you guys were surprised how little advertising there seems to be around Netflix and TV on TV, as there's only a couple of months till the switch. I've had one email about it since it was announced, and I'm surprised there hasn't been more of an ad blitz. Do you expect this in November/December? Keep up the great work, Adam. It's not something I'd really considered.
No,
because I think
thought it,
WWE are making a huge deal out of it.
Yeah.
I imagine in the next couple of months we'll start seeing a lot more.
I suppose it's tricky as well, because it's the Netflix thing's different for different countries, isn't it? So because it's in America, they're only getting Raw, is that right? And we're getting everything. So I suppose it's quite you can geo block and stuff and things like that, I suppose, can't you? But yeah, I haven't seen it. Maybe because they've switched TV deals as well. It's not quite there yet with SmackDown going to USA. They don't want to tread on toes, maybe.
Yeah, there's been a lot of change over the last few months. Yeah, SmackDown to USA, NXT to CW.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of the order of priorities, but I'm sure over the next couple of months.
Sure, there'll be some Christmas advertising.
I can't wait. I sat Netflix on yesterday just to watch anything, and every time I see the logo, I'm like, I can't believe in January it's just going to be there. I know about the network, but like you've not had Raw and SmackDown on that.
But this is the thing, and actually it's funny because literally this morning on my commute to the office, there was somebody on his laptop watching the Vince doc.
Oh, really?
And like you don't often in your day-to-day
That's right.
stumble upon people watching wrestling-related stuff.
You really wanted to tap him on the shoulder, didn't you?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I was watching it over his shoulder. But the thing is, I
run a successful podcast about WWE, actually.
I just leant over to him and I went, hello, you.
Rubbed his
While
knees
stroking
slightly.
his hair.
Yeah. He's here now. He's under the desk. All right, Ben. But that made me think, geez, when WWE is presumably on the homepage of Netflix, you see that WWE logo, like it feels like it's, in terms of popularity, eyeballs, exposure, lapsed fans rediscovering it. It's about to blow up.
Yeah,
big time.
So exciting.
Big time. I want to talk quickly about Smackers. Obviously, there's so much to get to post Smackers, but I think there's a couple of things that are worth mentioning because I thought it was a very good episode ahead of Bad Blood. It was obviously the Go Home ep. The three-way ladder match.
Incredible.
I just want to talk about in the main event. DIY, Street Profits, and of course the Champs Bloodline. I mean, I'll just read out a tweet I put because it sort of encapsulates what I thought. I said, in the best possible way, this SmackDown main event was an absolute car crash, thumping action, chaos throughout, and a much-needed win for the Bloodline that had storyline reverberations. Huge respect, all involved. I just loved this match. It was just brilliant.
It was needed. It's definitely what you just said. It was a great showcase for the Bloodline to go up against, especially DIY. I love Street Profits, but DIY has some magic. Every time they're in tag team, no matter who they're facing against, they know how to pull out a banger. I think they're probably criminally underrated.
Oh, I think so.
I think they're very. I think they know how to They know how to make that work, no matter who they're facing, no matter what the tag team. But I think with this, like you said, it was a car crash. Everybody got their spots in, and most importantly, the Bloodline looked amazing. So this was great. I loved it.
I really like Tama Tonga.
But that's what I love as well. I love the fact that the fans are starting to love
His
Tama.
mannerisms
I've
are
always
really
loved
fun.
Tama. Tama's always been great
Yeah.
from New Japan, and I'm loving the fact that the WWE universe are starting to catch on how great he is.
Like he's the little creepy kind of like
Yeah.
Like, it's really kind of
And the crowd was singing along to it.
I like it. I like it.
It's great. I'm glad that Tama's getting a lot of love.
So is it Tonga Loa who is
The one that keeps making botches.
Yeah. What was he before?
Casemiro
Or something like that, wasn't he, in NXT? Yeah.
But
Chamanco?
It's something
I
like that.
can't remember now.
you're just
I'm just saying things.
You're just making
up
noises.
words, yeah.
That was just a noise. I thought it was a brilliant main event. Another match I thought was so good was the dumpster match.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was far from trash.
Yeah.
It solidified Chelsea Green as
Star.
a top tier talent. Like, she hit the coast to coast.
Yeah.
She hit a Canadian destroyer pretty
pretty good one, yeah.
The spot where she was powerbombed through the table into the dumpster, and Corey Graves made reference to this on commentary, but he said, I was talking to Road Dogg the other day, and he was saying the dumpster match at WrestleMania 14, which I hold in high regard as a match I
Chainsaw
have
Charlie.
always loved. Yeah, Cactus and Chainsaw versus New Age Outlaws. But he said that doesn't get the appreciation it deserves because it was such a hard match. It was brutal on them. So seeing Chelsea Green do a powerbomb spot, and presumably there's padding at the bottom of the dumpster, which we don't get to see, but it was still like, had that have gone wrong, that would have not been nice.
She deserves a run as I know she's got her place and she's kind of a comedy heel, but I think she's doing such good work. I don't like quoting Vince Russo because of obvious reasons, bro. But I think he called her the most entertaining woman in wrestling.
And I don't disagree.
Yeah, and it's kind of like she kind of is.
But also all the good spots, the genuinely good match that the crowd was super into. And then you get all the hilarity from her post-match as well, where she's doing all the fun character stuff. In my mind, she's one of the best in the division.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For like pure entertainment, wrestling.
She's a bit of a throwback
point of view. She's so good.
She's definitely a throwback. That's a great comparison, actually. Like especially to the kind of like divas.
She's a diva. I think she said it herself. Like she loves the divas
era, just fun, kind of like a very much better Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox had a little bit of a crazy role where she had a little stint and when she did a little wacky stuff, but she takes it to another level.
Yeah, and to be fair, Meechin's been great this year. A very under the radar, solid hand in the women's division.
Yeah, I do agree. She's had this whole feud, whilst stupid and ridiculous, has built into something really fun. Like properly sports entertained.
Yes, perfectly put. Yes.
But if you don't agree that Chelsea Green is one of the best in the women's division,
Who? You do it.
It's just going to be embarrassing.
Do it, James.
Chelsea Green.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Anyone that doesn't agree that she's one of the best in the division, they can get in the bin.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
What would you call that in the UK? A wheelie bin match?
A wheelie bin match.
Or is it a skip?
A biffer bin match. That's the brand. A shout out to Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary. Throughout SmackDown, lots of references to Pro Wrestling Noah. Lots of TNA references because they were in Nashville, right? So they were talking about
AJ as well.
AJ and TNA. When during the dumpster match, Corey Graves said something along the lines of, and this is a dumpster, it's not a WWE prop dumpster. Like, and then also the reactions to the AJ Styles injury, which took place in his match with Carmelo Hayes. It was all presented very sports-like.
Is that real?
In a sports-like fashion.
It is.
Is it a real injury? Because it felt like a bit of a work at first.
I think at first it did, but
unfortunately, I think it's
I think sadly it is. But they didn't try and storyline it. They didn't try and cover it up in any way. They just they even talked about his ring rust, and how that could have played a factor. And I thought they pivoted quickly, and I thought the way it was presented was really nice.
Who called him the phenomenal forearm? Who introduced him?
Oh God.
It was some singer, wasn't it?
It was a local singer, Harvey. Harvey?
Harvey, yeah.
No, Hardy.
Hardy.
The phenomenal forearm.
Please welcome the phenomenal forearm.
That's his move.
Yeah, that was a shame.
Embarrassing.
And actually took a bit of oomph out of the entrance because the crowd were like, "Oh, that was wrong." Oh, but here he is.
And on the same, didn't Tiffany call Bailey Pam on the same show? Yeah,
and you could hear on commentary, it was either Cole or Graves going. I love just
and
hearing
Pam
it.
is so un-Bailey-like as
I know.
well.
It's so funny. But just to talk about AJ, I mean, it's a great shame because was it June? His match, was it Clash of the Castle when we last saw him?
Yeah.
In Glasgow?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
At WWE,
Yes.
And
Yes,
then, and then he did stuff in Japan, which
Yeah.
is why they were talking about it on Smackers. So, I mean, just for him to come back and 3 minutes in have this injury, which potentially looks quite serious, real shame. Real shame for AJ. So, hopefully he returns quickly. Because, it's not what he wanted.
I don't know what this left for AJ to do though. I did think that when he's come out as a face again, he's getting a bit big shows. He faces, he heel. But I mean, what more? Other than being that guy that you fight Carmelo Hayes because you're fighting AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I don't know what more AJ Styles can do in WWE. I'm willing to see him under Trips. Probably it will be more when he's back from injury. But yeah, that was my underlying thought. I was really like, well, where are you now? Where do we place AJ Styles on a card? I'm not sure.
It's true, because what do you do? Because there is,
done
there's a
everything.
lot of talk on the internet that they should bring back AJ and revive like a TNA faction, because there's rumors that the Motor City Machine Guns are coming.
Yeah.
And they've got a good relationship with TNA. That's all cool, but I don't know if I want to see that. If I'm honest with you, I don't
Really?
I don't know.
And if Samoa Joe comes back,
Unless you get some like stars. Like, I'm not saying Motor City Machine Guns are not stars, but I'm talking about as in like the household names of TNA.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would want to see that.
AJ, for some reason, I can't quite put my finger on why, but he's a tricky one to place, isn't he? Because he's been to the top in a way, like never face of the company, but he's been a world champ.
Yeah.
He's obviously an incredible hand, one of the best pro wrestlers in the world.
Absolutely.
Yet he doesn't quite have the character that people will always kind of connect with, perhaps. I don't know. It's a tricky one.
and he's not really. He's been heel, he's been face, but he looks pretty much the same.
That's correct.
Since he debuted in 2016, which is never like Stone Cold looked the same for a lot of it, but even then there was evolutions in different ways. I feel like AJ's never. He's kind of still the same AJ we saw come out at the Rumble. I know he's been heel and face, but like the attire's the same, the entrance. I know the music's slightly changed, but yeah, I'm not sure if there's any.
Crazy to think, just because you just said Stone Cold, crazy to think that AJ Styles' run in WWE is now longer than Steve Austin's.
It's crazy, isn't it?
2016,
That's actually
As in, like, in terms of a full-time performer.
Yeah.
and he's more WWE than he is TNA now. He's had more matches in WWE.
Totally. Anyway, should we talk Bad Blood?
Let's do it, baby.
Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena, Saturday night, 16,092 fans, the 60th sellout of the year for WWE. Very impressive. Interesting that Naomi, Bianca, and Jade were the hosts. The only black performers on the card, perhaps a response.
This goes up to my first random question of the day.
Oh, hit it,
Play
Ben.
the jingle.
Skillit's random question.
There you
So
go.
my random question is to the both of you. What race are you? Because I don't see colour.
Is that the random question?
That's what Triple H said. I'm making fun of Triple H.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's
talk about this.
It's a very good opening random question. But in all seriousness, it's something I wanted your opinion on.
Yeah,
Skills,
sure, of
for
course.
obvious reasons.
Of course.
Because you're a black man.
What?
So
You don't see colour.
So Naomi, Bianca, and Jade were the hosts, and perhaps this was a response to all the noise on social that not many black performers have been a part of the PLEs in recent months. If this was a response, it's not a particularly strong response, because I mean, what is a host of a PLE? Nothing.
I agree.
And
Put it in the bin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is doing a bunch of bad segments.
Yeah, put it in
Every
the bin.
person suffers in that role.
Exactly. But talking of not particularly strong responses, nor was Triple H's in the post-show press conference, because he was asked about this, and I do understand what he was trying to say.
So do I.
But he said, "I don't see colour. I don't keep track of these kind of things. I just see talent.
Yeah.
And I wanted your opinion on this.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because obviously he was put, I'm going to give him some grace because he was put on the spot. And sometimes, when you're put on the spot with these kind of difficult questions or tricky questions or maybe sometimes a bit awkward questions, you kind of just say what comes into your mind and you don't, what I mean? I don't think he fully thought, if anyone asked that question previously, I don't think he's ever thought it through. Cody had a beautiful thing he said a few years ago. I don't know if he was in AEW at the time or maybe just when he just first started with WWE.
I think I know what you're about to say.
And they mentioned about, when people say, I don't see color. Cody said, I used to say that stuff. And until, I met my wife and she said, well, if you don't see color, you don't see me. And it's true because if you're running a multi-billion company where you have so many different races, not just black people, Mexicans, Asians, whatever, you need to recognize these people for who they are, even with their gender, their race, whatever. Because if you don't, you won't see the noise that comes with that. A lot of noise on the internet, especially racism. And, if you don't see any of that, then you don't really see your employees. You have to kind of have a care for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
What I will say, I think a lot of this is stemmed from the fact that Lashley and MVP has departed WWE. And I think a lot of people of color, especially black people, probably felt that they wasn't given their just due under the Triple H regime.
Yeah.
And okay, there's, you can agree with that. You don't have to agree with that. It depends on if you rate them or not. But I wouldn't necessarily say that's any reason to kind of come at Triple H with a question like that. In my opinion, I feel like just because Swerve is the world champion in a rival company and they're doing great things with him, that doesn't mean that needs to translate over to WWE. Now, what I will say, WWE's always kind of struggled with racial talent. There's so many groups that are just lumped together because of the color of their skin, let's be honest. So you don't see color, but you got the LWO, you got Asuka and Kairi Sane together, you got the Street Profits. There's no, apart from Carmelo, apart from Andrade, they're the probably only, in terms of a male perspective, they're probably the only people of color who are having a solo push. But even then, it's not really to a strong degree. You know what I mean? So I do recognize that. I think for me, I see it very differently because I've come up from a time where you could mention black wrestlers in one hand, and now there's a whole plethora of black wrestlers. Do you know what I mean? So I do see the shift in diversity. I do see them pushing a lot of talent. I don't want to undermine what Bianca and Jade's done this year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do see what WWE is trying to do, but I think they do need to be a bit more thoughtful with some talents.
I think that's a good analysis of it, and I think I don't believe Triple H is racist.
No, I don't believe that too.
All these rubbish things that get said on social, and I do understand what he was trying to say. He's like, all I'm interested in is telling great stories with great talents, and to him, it doesn't matter where they come from, what their background is. But I totally appreciate what you're saying. Like, if you don't see color, you don't see me. That's I totally agree with that. But I think I do also think, like, as you say, Jade and Bianca have had prominent roles.
Well, NXT is like, you got Trick, haven't you?
And that's another thing.
NXT.
That's a great point as well. NXT totally is kind of showcasing the future of black representation in wrestling today.
And also, one of the biggest storylines, what is becoming one of the biggest storylines and most intriguing storylines on Raw is Kofi and Xavier and the breakup of the New Day. And that presumably will end up in a massive PLE match.
I totally agree.
So it's like, I think it just so happens that this year we haven't seen many black
and if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say something that probably won't be popular with my people if I say this, but there's a prominent push for Samoan talent right now. And it's not fair that we dislike... The Samoans has never really been represented in WWE. Like, you've had the Rikishis.
You've always had that family.
You've had the family, but there's never really been, apart from Yokozuna, who played a Japanese character,
and
you never had them in a main event slot. So let's give the Samoans some grace to have their shine right now, because it's great what they're doing with them. And then it will come back full circle, hopefully, with other people, Mexicans as well, And I have never seen a Japanese world champion, like a legit one. I would love to see that. So it's just, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like we need to kind of not just always throw things, but at least appreciate what's still happening with diversity as well, with all backgrounds and colours.
Yeah.
And especially with gender as well. They need to do more with women as well. women in general, no matter what they look like, they need to do more with women as well. So,
Well, I mean, we'll talk about the women and how they were represented on the first 2-hour Raw in 12 years. So
Talking of throwbacks. Yeah.
back to exactly. Back to Bad Blood. Hell in a Cell kicked off the show. This Hell in a Cell had a hell of a lot to prove. Not just the first it wasn't the first under Triple H, because as I was reminded of the other day, we had the Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 39, Finn and Edge.
Oh, yeah. Since how memorable that was, yeah.
Yeah, but to that point, this was the match that was going to restore the reputation of Hell in a Cell as a feud-ending, proper kind of once-in-a-while spectacle. I thought this was magnificent.
not too violent.
No, because everything meant something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on.
No, listen, I love this match. I am not knocking this match. I think this match is probably contender for match of the year, personally. I want to be fair, because I feel like a couple of weeks ago we were a bit. I said I enjoyed the Hangman Page and Swerve match.
But there were no injections into the mouth.
No, I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't agree with the injection in the mouth. But I felt everything else was quite cool with the spots with the
breeze block.
With the breeze block and all that. So I kind of, I just want to be fair.
I totally get that, and I wanted to raise that as well. I think my point or my problem has always been with AEW that too much violent stuff happens for no reason when there isn't the storyline to back it up. Whereas
it did in Swerve in
that one it did.
Oh yeah,
because we'd seen houses being burnt down and all that kind of stuff. So totally.
Daniel Bryan being strangled with a bag, for instance.
Yeah,
and Moxley, just hating on him. Tried to kill him.
Yeah,
where did that come from? Where did that come from?
So this is murder. That's the kind of stuff I don't particularly like. But when you've had a story build up for almost a year, and you get this blow off inside Hell in a Cell as the match was designed to be, I think. And there were some risks taken in this match.
Definitely.
I mean, that moment with Drew.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like,
on the corner of the steps.
Of all the violence and all the headshots and the toolbox to the head that clearly cut in the hard way as well. The thing that made me wince the most was that Claymore he missed and onto the corner of his. Oh.
I think. And I'm not just saying this, I think that was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen in wrestling.
100%.
Because there is no way to fake it.
Nope.
It was a huge risk. Like, I've never had such a visceral reaction watching wrestling. Like, I was sat there on my sofa, laptop on my lap, and I literally flung myself forward in shock. My laptop almost fell off my lap, and my hands just went over my mouth for 30 seconds at least, because I was like, in the intake of breath, I was like, I cannot believe what I've just seen. It was horrendous. Props to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, 100%.
Wrestler of the year, Drew McIntyre for me.
I have to say, he was phenomenal in this match. Phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, Punk was brilliant. They both were. But Drew?
It was an astonishing match. I really honestly feel like it's so many bits. Drew's back being slammed onto the upside down table. So landing on the folded metal legs, that can't be faked. That would have hurt so much. Interesting, by the way, there were a few fix the screens chants from the crowd.
Were there? I didn't notice that.
And the reason I thought that was interesting was because we had the same, Ben, I don't know if you remember, during the Punk Drew match at Bash in Berlin, where there was not the kind of blood we saw in Hell in a Cell, but there was, they were beating the tar out of each other, and there was a bit of blood, and the screens weren't on. And I do wonder if there's something about blood and having it on the big screens.
That's so interesting.
In arenas. I don't know how, I mean, if anyone listening to this was there in Atlanta, then let us know how long the screens were off. But I just found it interesting that it's happened at both Drew Punk matches on PLEs. But the energy in this match, the way that they were selling being slammed against the cell wall, it just made everything so legitimate and real.
The suplex off the superplex into the corner onto the table.
Through the table.
That was another moment because I was
a
just
good
like,
spot.
But
also
masterfully
Punk's
done.
body,
The
like,
toolbox. What about the toolbox?
Yeah, the toolbox.
With the
Punk's
tool-
been made of glass for 18 months.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this, I'm not Kevin Clifton, but I'm in his camp of like, I'm not a fan and I'm worried about his body that he can take that anymore. But good God.
No, yeah.
And
Punk was out there to prove the doubt.
oh God,
though.
yeah. Well, he said that on Raw, didn't he?
Yeah, he was out. He was out
And
to prove
he
it.
did.
And
Yeah.
he did. 100%.
I mean, he did. But the thing is, the months and months of storytelling was what made this. It wasn't the bumps on the steel. It wasn't the weapons, the
No.
toolbox. Like, they all meant something because of the story that was going in, and just the energy between the two of them and the pace of it. I honestly thought it was like the perfect match.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. It was. I honestly think. I don't think there's no apart from maybe the main event of WrestleMania this year. It's probably the match of the year.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. I mean,
I think it's a better quality
Yeah.
match
Yeah, I
than
would say so
Cody
too.
and
Dave
Cody and
Meltzer
Roman.
might disagree.
Yeah, of course, because WWE are not allowed to have any 5-star matches.
No,
What
no.
you said at the top of the talking about that is what I took home from it is that for too long, Hell in a Cell has been a match forced into a feud.
Yeah.
Which we didn't need. We didn't need a pay-per-view around it. It was just the most stupid idea to sell toys or whatever else, whatever reason. The fact that I think Michael Cole said that The Undertaker had been in 14 Hell in a Cell matches. That's too many.
No, it is.
For that gimmick to mean something.
Yeah, it's true.
Way
It's
too
so
many.
true. So true.
And this made me think this is what it needs to be. Like, I remember, I always go back to it when I think it's Triple H and when him and Cactus Jack are feuding, and they say the words Hell in a Cell, and you see Triple H's face, and he reveals himself to be Cactus Jack. But that's what it needs to be again. Not like, oh, it's a Hell in a Cell match. It's like, oh God, we're going to kill each other.
What did you guys think of the ending? I loved it.
With the chains.
As ridiculous as it sounds, those bracelet beads were the equivalent of Undertaker cracking Shawn over the head with a chair in '97.
yeah.
Like, that spot was the end of that story.
Amazing spot.
And the beads ended the story.
yeah.
And it was like, when they first came out, I was like, I'm not even disappointed that they're not thumbtacks.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing that was. What a brilliant way to round it off. And just to your point, Ash, is like all those years of Vince booking Hell in a Cell and creating a pay-per-view around Hell in a Cell, you can put anyone in there, you can put all the weapons in there, do all the spots in there, but no,
They're forgettable.
So few of those matches are memorable. Whereas
So
the
forgettable.
ones that are story-driven, like Taker and Mankind, Taker and Shawn, this one, I mean, this is 100% in top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even say, this is probably...
As a match, because the thing you think about Taker and Mankind, that weren't a match.
No.
And it lasted like 10 minutes.
That was memorable because of what happened in it.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack, Triple H, I think is the best one.
I agree.
What, from No Way Out?
Yeah. I love that.
Oh no! Wait,
Oh, no, 'cause I'm
no,
thinking
that's
of
not
first-
better. That's
no.
not better than Shawn and
No, 'cause
Taker.
I'm thinking of the
Sorry,
first one. What was the
You're
first
thinking
one?
about
Shawn and Taker.
No,
you're talking about the Royal Rumble hardcore match.
Oh, it's a hardcore match.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
right. Yeah.
In the
That's
Gardens.
one of the best matches.
That's better, yeah.
That was superb.
But no, no, Shawn Taker takes it. for
Hell in a
himself.
Cell, I honestly think this is number 2 for me.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
What-
I'm trying to think of more
End
matches.
of an era match? Or was that too long?
Nah, I think for me the end of era match was very overrated.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just thinking, I'm plucking
What
ones
about
out.
the Usos and New Day? That's not better than this match, but
No,
that's-
that was a good
That
one,
was a
but
very
that's-
good
yeah.
match.
That was great.
But no, there's so many.
What
I'm
about
trying to
Seth
think.
Rollins and The Fiend?
Nah.
In the dark.
But that's a perfect
Yeah,
example
exactly.
of that match shouldn't have happened. But this was you're
You're probably right, James.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
it's up there. 100%.
And Punk wore tights the same as
Shawn
HBK
Michaels.
did.
Yeah, he paid homage to hate Shawn. Yeah.
I thought
that is a James wet dream if ever I've seen
it really
one.
was. It really was. But this was a bloody masterpiece.
Yeah.
And it didn't outstay its welcome.
No.
It had a start, middle, and end. The crowd were hot throughout. It was so dramatic. Like, so dramatic.
Yeah.
The way they were selling everything to do with the cage, it made it feel like a proper scary place to be. It was also frenetic, them trying to get the win. It just extraordinary.
Yeah.
I've got a
really,
second
really
random
loved
question.
it.
Go on.
Another random
Yeah.
question, Ben.
Skillit's random question.
So what's next for Drew McIntyre? Does he take time off and
I think
come
they both have to. Well, Punk is, isn't he? But
and he comes back as a white meat babyface, or should he stay a heel?
It's more difficult to place Drew and what his next steps are. I think a break is good. I mean, we'll talk about Raw, but I think the promo from Punk, we'll talk about the promo later, but what I also love about it is the fact that he came out bandaged,
limping,
plastered, limping, just selling the match.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That hasn't
classic
happened.
plaster on the head.
Yeah, that hasn't happened properly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he was hurting.
Yeah, of course.
legitimately. But that hasn't happened properly in a long time. So I was really pleased to see that. And just on Punk, this is the match we needed from him.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the match we wanted from him. And this is like, not to bash AEW at all, or the tribalism between WWE and AEW. But when Punk came back, there was so much talk from AEW fans saying like, "Oh, he's your problem now, and he's gonna be a poison, and he's gonna, he'll fall out with someone backstage," and none of that has happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
None of that has happened. He's been totally validated. Like, we've talked a lot about his promos. Not every promo has been on fire.
Nope.
But you can say that about any wrestler in any era at any time. Even if you're the best on the mic, you're never going to be incredible every single week. But generally, he's been fantastic.
Absolutely.
And this has been incredible storytelling from Drew.
Yeah,
like
I was about
100%.
to speak up for Kevin then.
100% from Drew as well.
Yep.
It takes two to tango
absolutely.
completely. But I just could not be happier for him because this has been masterful
I
storytelling.
love how things work out because, Drew, we all know he worked his ass off for WWE, busted his ass during the COVID pandemic, became the world champion, obviously in an empty arena, unfortunately, but really worked really hard. And then it just felt like after that, things wasn't really working out for him to get back into the spot of being a main eventer. And then, the news of Punk coming in legitimately pissed him off.
Yeah.
And he just didn't care anymore.
He pivoted.
He just let loose and he just decided to say whatever he wants, move a certain way, and just I don't care. You brought back Punk. I'm just going to be whatever. I'm going to be a different Drew now. And it's just worked out and it's culminating in the best feud of the year.
Easy, yeah.
Working with somebody that he probably doesn't really get on with, but they're making it work. And it's worked and it's been a great feud and a great payoff with this Hell in a Cell. I can't wait to see what happens with Drew when he gets back. Honestly.
I'd keep him heel.
You have to, there's no question that he's not a star now.
No.
Yeah.
He's brilliant and he's obviously doing the best work of his career. This match, I mean, this was his best ever match in his career. 100%.
Yeah.
This was CM Punk's best match of his career.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I would say. Like
from a story point of view as well.
And even when I think of big storyline driven matches, I think of things like
Money in the Bank,
Cena 2011.
Okay.
However, if you look at the physicality and the work that John Cena was doing at that time, that match from an in-ring standpoint, whilst it was shocking and the story was incredible and he left with the belt and all that drama in Chicago, it still doesn't hold a torch to what they did in Hell in a Cell.
I think that's a fair point.
I think it's both of their best matches ever.
No, I can't disagree.
And just with Drew, to your point, whilst the timing was so off for him because of the pandemic, and that was such a shame, I think the timing of everything happening this time around has just been so perfect because, he was like, I'm going to say what I want now, but he was given that freedom by Triple H and team to be able to run with it. So it's just all in all, like,
It's worked out, man.
Let's do it. If they ever put
Absolutely
matches
superb.
into the Hall of Fame, like the UFC do, that match is a Hall of Fame match.
That's a good one.
Which I think they should do.
Well, they're going to
by
run
the
out of
way.
people as
We
well.
should do a list of the next episode of GP, a list of Hall of Fame matches.
Let's put it out there to the community.
Yeah.
And by the way, me and producer Ben had a good old sesh this morning about the GP community. Some news on that is coming very imminently, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll do this kind of stuff on there in future. However, for the time being, hello you at www.gp.co.uk. What match would you put in? Let's compile a big list and we can run through them really quickly next week. Which match would you put in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Or let's call it the GP Hall of Fame.
Yeah. We've had a Hall of Shame.
We did the Hall of Shame a long time ago, so let's do a match Hall of Fame. I want to hear from you.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Ferrero. Soccer's biggest stage is approaching, and Ferrero is making it easy to go all in. Pick any 2 Ferrero brands from Kinder Bueno to Ferrero Rocher, and you could win the $1 million grand prize, plus an exciting range of daily and weekly prizes. Don't miss your shot. Official rules apply. Learn more at goallinandwin.com.
This episode is brought to you by MGM Plus. From and its Horrors returns for season 4, centered around a town that traps all those who enter. Terrifying creatures that come out at night. Horrors some wished had stayed buried, where desperate hope leads to darker truths. Dangerous new arrivals, a sinister figure, a shocking revelation. From season 4 premieres April 19th on MGM Plus. Some doors should remain closed.
So from that to Bailey versus Nia Jax.
They needed a calm down though, didn't they?
Yeah, the crowd needed a rest.
They needed a calm
great,
down.
was it? This match was not great.
It wasn't particularly good.
Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it?
So a few sloppy moments here. More on the fault of Nia.
Shout to the Hurricane Runner.
Quite.
She tried to.
What was that? Why?
There were quite a few blown moments. There was some nice energy to this match. This match showed me how good Bailey is.
Yeah.
Because she keeps things on track despite some of the errors from Nia. And it did come across as quite a scrappy, nicely paced fight. And just to balance it, I would say, despite the issues with Nia, she is still having a brilliant year.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Like she is having
better
the
than
best,
anyone could have predicted as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Best year of her career. But I think the problem is we sort of didn't care about this match per se because we're all just thinking, okay, when's it going to happen with a cash-in from Tiffany? And someone like Bailey is just kind of bridging the gap before that feud. And I don't know if that's the best position for Bailey. But anyway, we've got the tease of Tiffy cashing in, but alas, the story continues. And then Nia ends up winning after a Samoan drop from the second rope, followed by a fairly devastating annihilator for the win. I mean, I didn't love this one.
No. Well, I'm tired of them doing the spot where it's like Tiffany comes in with the briefcase, and then like she accidentally hits Nia, and then Nia thinking, "Oh, are you trying to cash?" Like, can't anybody just make mistakes anymore? It's like if I bump into Ash is my friend.
He's cashing in.
He's not gonna think, "Oh, you just tried to hit me." He's gonna think, "Oh, you bumped into me back."
Yeah.
Like, why is that the initial reaction every time with wrestlers? I know you're supposed to paint drama, but at least build up to that. At least have it convincing. Where I guess, well, to be fair to them, I guess Nia has been kind of picking on Tiffany, hasn't she? On SmackDown.
Yeah, I think it's been all
quite
right.
consistent, yeah.
I think what's happening quite a lot though is the teasers of Tiffany comes out and Nia's like, "Were you about to cash in?"
Yeah,
So they've been doing that for a little while.
However, I must say I did like the spot where Nia Jax, Undertaker style, sat up.
That was brilliant.
Yeah,
that was
like, "What are you doing in here?"
Yeah, that was brilliant. So what? Tiffany cashes in WrestleMania?
Oh, I don't know if it can keep it going that long.
It's got to be before then.
Yeah,
I'm not waiting another 5 months.
Survivor Series?
possibly.
No, it's too soon.
Saturday night's main event.
Oh, it could be Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Could be
potentially.
Crown Jewel.
I think it's sooner because I think crowd are ready. I think get Crown Jewel out of the way, and then I think we'll see at some point Tiffany cash in successfully or unsuccessfully.
Oh, you know what? She's gonna cash it in on the first night of Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
SmackDown. That's when she's gonna cash in.
It's not on SmackDown.
Oh, it's not
on
Raw.
yeah. But she can cash it in.
Good night, everybody.
Great analysis from Skills, as always.
In fairness, she could cash it in on Liv.
Yeah, that's
Cash in on Liv.
Oh yeah,
it will be a good payoff.
I know.
For the story,
I know.
wouldn't it?
With the story, but yeah, she has mentioned it. She did. So
Interesting.
Could swerve us, isn't it?
Could do. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. It's simply put, I thought this was a great little match. I didn't know if it was one too many Judgment Day matches on the card.
Yeah.
And it felt, in a way, it felt a bit, I don't know, it just didn't feel that significant.
Yeah, it felt like a necessity because they had to tie a bow on the revenge for Damian Priest. But other than that,
yeah,
I didn't really get much out of it. To be honest.
Which I guess is a fair point. But my biggest gripe about the match is the fact that Finn lost, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think out of the two of them, Finn more so needed a big victory than Damian did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have I kind of felt like it was a match that could have been on Raw. I don't think it needed to be on the PLE, to be honest. It was a good, like you say, it was a great little match. It finished that story. I don't really know where the Judgment Day go now because...
Well, and this is why I think it annoyed me slightly because... Yes, they make a point of there's no leader of the Judgment Day, but really Finn is the leader of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He's positioned
because he's a bigger star
as the leader, but he's losing, and there was interference, and he still lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt like it was a bit of a shame.
I feel like you're getting Judgment Day, and now we're getting this other group, really, aren't we? Now that, as we'll talk about in a second, as Raquel's involved as well, it kind of feels like they're starting to, Liv, Dom, and Raquel are kind of there, and then it's Finn and Carlito. And JD.
Oh, they've got to all stay together.
I know, but I kind of feel like that's they on Raw. We didn't see Judgment Day, did we? We saw
no Liv and Raquel and Dom left,
and that's it. Yeah,
on their right. Yeah,
Ash might be right,
but I don't.
They might separate.
And because I want Finn, I love Finn. We all love Finn, but yeah, it seems to me that I don't know if they feel like where they're going to go with them now. They've done so much in that show. I mean, they're still tag team champions, not that they ever defend them, but
yeah,
exactly. No, that's true. Okay, I mean, I like the match. There was a lovely kind of frenetic end to it. Finn hit 3 coup de grace at the end. 2 of them were when Damian was stood up.
Yeah, that was
so
good.
It felt like kind of less choreographed and more like a real kind of desperation to get a win. So I quite like that. But yeah, it just didn't feel as big or significant as I was hoping this match. Shot of Triple H in gorilla position was really stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Like just
never had happened under Vince.
No, and to me, like I tweeted the screen grab of that Triple H headphones, headset on, looking down, making notes at the monitors. And I was like, that perfectly encapsulates the difference between what we're seeing now and how this is all presented compared to what we saw with Vince.
Yeah.
But then Triple H comes out and he announces the Crown Jewel Championship. So the 2 world champs. So on the men's side, obviously that's undisputed champ Cody Rhodes and the world champ Gunther. And then on the women's side,
Nia and
Liv. So is Nia the world champ?
No, Nia's the WWE Women's Champion.
And Liv is the world champ.
Yeah.
Okay, all ridiculous. But the world champs face each other. And this seems to be a new yearly format for Crown Jewel.
We'll ignore that we used to do this for Survivor Series. Yeah.
General disdain for this announcement.
Actually, that's actually a good point. But I think it works.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because you know why? Do you know why it works?
Why?
I don't care about Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that's true.
Who cares about Crown Jewel?
So this is the annoying thing, because to me it's a massive step backwards for the Saudi shows, because I feel like in recent times they've been getting to a point where they've just become one of the big PLEs because they're encapsulating the stories that are being told, and they're less of a one-off standalone detour like they always used to be. Greatest Royal Rumble. And all that nonsense.
So you would say Crown Jewel was actually part of the storyline in the last couple years?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I never remember anything that happened.
Was it Logan Paul?
It was Logan Paul and Cody
last year. Yeah,
I guess. I just don't remember anytime. I zone out when it comes to those pay-per-views.
Really?
No offense, like it's cool, whatever. It's a nice spectacle, but I just never get invested in it. So I think this is good for it, because now you can just put in little dream matches that you will never get to see, and you can put it in there for a make-believe title that's only going to last once a year. And
it's got a lot of jewels on it, though.
Yeah, because obviously Cody's going to win the title. Cody's going to win this Crown Jewel title, right?
Because Goldberg's going to cost Gunther,
right?
Yeah.
And then this time next year, it won't be Cody. It'll be somebody else. And it's like, it's
It's a bit like the Owen Hart Trophy in AEW.
It is that. That's what it is.
Well, it reminds me of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy.
But at least we'll get to see a nice, cool match between the two.
But pitting your two world champs against each other for this ultimate prize of the crown jewel championship, if anything, it only serves to highlight the problem with having two world champs because one is legit and one's the consolation prize. That's why I don't want to see them face off.
It's still a loser, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, otherwise, like, yes, Goldberg could come back and cost Gunther. So, yeah, it doesn't do any harm to Gunther.
Right.
But is that going to happen in the women's match as well? Is that going to then happen next year with the two matches?
But they will rotate which champion wins. It won't be a case of it won't be the case that the WWE champion is always going to win. There'll be a rotation of who wins.
Yeah.
And you'll see the belt for like the week after, and then you won't ever see it again.
No,
for
that's
year.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But that's what I don't. Yeah. But that's what I don't like. You just hit the nail on the head. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with it. If Crown Jewel was brought into the storyline and was just one of the big PLEs of the year, then great.
Well, they did well with King of the Ring, didn't they? Turning one of them into King of the Ring.
Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, King and Queen of the Ring.
They did do that one year. Yeah, that's the
I think that's what they're going to do.
But to have that in May?
Yeah.
And then for this one to become about
there's two of them, isn't there?
We had Gunter, didn't Gunter was King of the Ring?
That was
in Saudi.
Yeah. Two Saudi shows a year.
Yeah.
So King and Queen of the Year is in May.
That's how much I don't care, man.
Great analysis by Skillit as always.
I just don't care about these pay-per-views, man.
But
it's a cash grab, dog. It's a cash grab. It's a cash grab.
But you should care, and I feel like they've made us care recently. Okay. Maybe not with you, but I feel like it's become a better part of the calendar. Whereas now, adding this special attraction to it, just I don't know.
The time I saw Shawn Michaels come out with a shaved head and Kane's mask fall out, I just stopped watching.
Kane's hair fell off.
Yeah, hair fell off. I just stopped watching.
That was on. I think it was the anniversary this week, and I saw someone tweet that one, and I was like, "Oh God!"
I just stopped watching Crown Jewel after that. Oh, Undertaker nearly died in Crown Jewel, facing Goldberg.
Yeah,
Goldberg being wheeled out for it's one thing being wheeled out for WrestleMania season, but for being wheeled out for Riyadh season, I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
don't like it at all.
Do you think we're getting that at Survivor Series then, Gunter Goldberg?
No,
because it's coming, isn't it? There's no way they bring him out for that segment. They don't touch and they don't have a fight. That's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Liv versus Rhea. I thought this was a good match. They pulled plenty out of the bag. Lots of nice big moves. Dom literally hanging in the background.
What spot?
And we were. So the one thing that annoyed me about when he fell out of the cage is, unless I missed it, when he was put in the cage, did they make a point of chaining up his ankle?
I think they did. Yeah.
I don't think they did.
That. Did they not? Okay, maybe.
If they'd made a point of saying, "Step in, and we're going to put this thing on your ankle, so there's no escape."
I think they did put it in, but I think there was. I don't think there was enough of a point for me to remember it.
It was more made of a point that he was scared of heights.
Yeah,
that was more what it was, wasn't it?
I mean, I might have completely missed it, and if I had, then I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, it was still a great spot. He did it so well, falling out of the cage,
very well,
praying to God that the chain holds his ankle. I thought this was a good match. It was a fun match. It was out of the two of the Judgment Day matches. This was probably the one I was more excited about.
I think the crowd were more into it as well.
Yeah, and then Raquel Rodriguez comes out, makes a return.
To no noise from the crowd.
Well, wasn't there a miscue? I read somewhere that she was meant to cost the match rather than get a disqualification, but because of the angle or because the referee wasn't in the right place and saw Raquel, they had to go to. I don't know if this is true. I read this somewhere on one of the dirt sheets that they had to go to a disqualification rather than.
Well, that would make sense because it felt like a bit of a flat ending, and also after Raquel hit Rhea with the chokeslam powerbomb thing, she then pulled Liv
on top of her. Yeah, exactly.
For the pin, but the bell had already rung.
Yeah. And Cole went, that's a sign of significance or something, like a symbol of her winning or something, or of her dominance over Rhea Ripley. So and which is a bit of a Raquel must have thought, well, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a flat ending, but I'm pleased that they found a place for Raquel because I think she could do some good work with Dom.
She's better than a
Dom and Liv.
badass than a smiley baby face that she's been on
100%.
most of the time on the main roster.
She'd be great for Liv.
If she plays the enforcer, the kind of Diesel to Shawn Michaels
That's right,
role,
totally.
That's right.
perfect.
And yeah, that will elevate her. They have history together as well. Haven't they? When they had a tag team at one point. Or
Yeah,
did they?
Liv and Raquel,
Yeah. So that makes sense. It all makes sense.
Okay. Then main event, the entrances were really poor.
Oh yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
Cody's entrance was dreadful, very poorly executed. It felt like none of it was rehearsed.
Yeah.
Like the brass band came
I'm
out.
never really fan of brass bands.
The
as well.
Arkansas brass band.
Yeah.
Apparently, they went viral for playing Cody's theme at a football game, and then Cody loved it and was like, "Yeah, I want them to, be my entrance." But it didn't work out. And if I'm going to be honest, even when I heard it at the video that actually went viral, it wasn't like, in my opinion, it wasn't great.
I think for some reason it just confused a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think because we don't expect these big WrestleMania-esque entrances at these smaller shows in arenas, it just was like, oh, this is unexpected. And then you had Jacob and Solo stood in the ring just watching this band.
Yeah.
When in reality, Jacob would have just taken them all out.
That's right.
On his own.
You should have super kicked the cheerleaders.
and then after the music stopped, it then plays in wrestling has more than one royal family. And then there was a pause. And then it was like, I said wrestling had more, then that played twice. It was just,
it didn't work.
And because it was all confusing, that just diminished Cody's pop, which was a great shame. Then Roman's entrance, so the Georgia Philharmonic came out. That didn't hugely work either.
There was just no need for it.
It was just no need. It felt too much spectacle for the occasion for some reason, and it didn't play out very well. Some great callbacks though throughout the night, actually, from commentary. But was it Cole and Graves making reference to lots of major matches and feuds from the Atlanta area?
So many people, like ex-stars there as well, weren't there?
Oh yeah,
so many
lots of old
Hall of
WCW
Famers,
stars because of the Atlanta connection. They talked about Ole Anderson turning on Dusty on the Omni. And the unthinkable betrayal, which led nicely to the story of, obviously, Dusty's son, Cody, and the partnership with Roman. So I thought that was really nice. What did you think of this main event, Ash?
It's really difficult because I feel like we get, like, since WrestleMania, we had this massive, like, probably the massive tag match, the biggest tag match we're going to have. I feel like every time because they did this before, what was the last one? Cody and Kevin Owens, wasn't it? When Roman came back. I feel like these tag matches are kind of like the watered down versions of the WrestleMania tag matches a little bit. But, the dynamic was fun because we waited to see this. It was Roman's first in-ring since WrestleMania. I like the beginning where they wanted Roman in, that classic kind of, and then there's the kind of, are they going to tag in? Are they going to tag out? Kind of thing between them. So I enjoyed it. I thought I'd enjoy it as a spectacle more. And I think we were all waiting to see, and this is the kind of trouble with the Bloodline matches. I think you're always waiting to see how it ends because there's going to be some shenanigans. We kind of expected Jimmy to come back.
Yeah.
So it was kind of that element. Is Jay going to get involved? Is Sammy going to get involved? We all hoped we'd see The Rock, and we did. Not quite maybe in the fashion everybody wanted, but he still came back right at the end. So yeah, I think there's always an element of. I thought it was great because it's just to see those two in the ring together, like Superman and Batman, like your Rock, Austin, your Orton, Cena to a certain extent, Hogan, Savage. That was a spectacle. But yeah, I think as a match, I was always going, what's going to happen? I'm trying to work out what's going to happen. What's the dynamics that's going to happen at the end?
Yeah, I think match-wise, the structure was quite basic.
Yeah,
like the build to the hot tag, the inevitable breakdown into all the chaos, the Tonga boys running in. But the heat for Cody and, or the crowd cheers, I should say, the crowd noise for Cody and Roman really elevated it.
Yeah,
and I thought there was a shot of them. I tweeted it at the time. There was a shot of them stood next to each other.
Yeah.
That star power.
Yeah, definitely.
It felt very special.
100%.
Jacob is sensational.
Yes, as always.
Just tearing it up at ringside. He's the most dangerous element of it all. Interesting that Solo, the leader, is the one taking the pinfalls.
I just don't buy Solo.
But this is the thing, and I don't think the company do.
Yeah.
If you compare him to someone like Jacob, because normally it's your enforcer. It's the other lackeys taking the pins in the build up to getting to the leader of the gang.
Right. I think that's my biggest.
Whereas Cody's already beaten Solo, and I think actually it's building towards Jacob more now.
Totally, and I think that's been my biggest gripe with, not gripe because that's probably a strong word, but it's like a niggle with the bloodline. It's like I've never really. I think he's doing phenomenal work in terms of how green he is in terms of the spot he's been given as like this main event storyline, like the storyline of our generation almost. I just have never bought into Solo really as this leader, and maybe I'm not meant to. Maybe that's
I was
the
going to
plan.
say maybe we are missing a point here where, you know, because he was the one who kind of made the new bloodline.
Yeah,
we all thinking that he's going to be in that position, but it's probably that was never probably the case. Not yet anyway.
And maybe that's why Bloodline 2.0 needs The Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you hear when the so we're gonna talk about when The Rock appeared? The Rock showed up, and then the Bloodlines in the crowd. Solo was saying to members of the crowd, "Yeah, this is part of the plan. This is all." So I think he's kind of leaning into that whole "I'm an insecure, I am not in control, like I want you to believe that I am" kind of character.
If that's the case, then
and I think that's what they need to do. Just really tap into that. Like he's losing control.
Yeah.
He's not where he thinks he is. He's quite delusional in his prowess of being a tribal chief. And it's really The Rock, and it's really Jacob Fatu who's actually in a better position than him.
Yeah.
And he knows
what a pop though, eh? What a pop.
Oh, I mean,
it was a great pop.
You never get a better pop than The Rock, man.
And I was mouth open.
I didn't see him coming as well. I didn't see him coming either.
It was lovely.
I saw Jimmy coming.
So Jimmy was so happy.
He was.
I'm back. He's so happy.
He was.
Remember me? Licking his lips.
He was.
Literally licking his lips. But the Jimmy return was fantastic.
Yeah,
we all expected it, but proper goosebumps when he came out and we screamed at Solo.
Yeah.
The hug with Roman. That was a really special moment, and that made me think, geez, what we're about to see with Jay and Roman, that's going to be really special. But thinking about Jay and the fact that he's IC champ and how he's been elevated, I feel like just this absence and Jimmy coming back and that moment with Roman, it's almost elevated Jimmy as well. And he looked cool as anything.
Are we going to talk about the eyebrow?
Well, what does it all mean? That's the thing.
Every time The Rock does an eyebrow, especially when he's heel, or he has turned heel, it's him joining up. So I guess that was his way of saying he's with the Bloodline 2.0.
Maybe.
Right?
So he did one finger.
Yeah, he did two,
then three, and then the slit of the throat.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Did he? That's just.
I love it.
I love it though.
I love that Final Boss hasn't gone away as well. I love that character. I love the character.
Didn't The Rock do the eyebrow before he joined the Nation?
Yeah, I think
and then he did the eyebrow before he joined Corporation with Vince.
Yeah, he definitely did it then. Yeah.
The eyebrow, man.
Rock don't miss a trick. Rock don't miss a trick.
He is brilliant.
I love his
promo.
video.
His Instagram promo was hilarious. When he walked past the poster of Dusty Rhodes, "Hey, love you, hate your son."
Go eat some fruity pebbles.
Yeah, and he's Austin. "Hey, my guy, we're gonna go for a tequila later." So, he's just crazy. He walked past one guy who was working in the backstage. He's like, "Hey, man, nice Rolex, man. If I had a sister, I'll make you meet her. I'll introduce you to her." It's like, what? But I love it. I love it.
Yeah, a couple of tequilas.
But the fact
he was drunk.
But the fact that he was going live on his Instagram just as he was making his entrance, and then his Instagram kept rolling, and then he did that 5-6 minute promo backstage,
brilliant.
and then just got in his car and drove off. But on the other side of the production truck, where Rock was leaving, KO beats down Cody Rhodes after the show outside the arena, captured only by fans.
Genius.
Absolutely brilliant.
Social media, just
genius.
WWE have not reshared it.
No.
The only thing they have done is, I think the following day on the Sunday, Triple H said, "We're aware of an incident. We're going to deal with it internally."
Brilliant.
They carried that on Raw when Stu Bennett wanted to start to, or to Wade Barrett wanted to talk about it, and Joe Tessitore, they just call him Tess.
Yeah, it's Tessitore. I think right,
But then he stopped him and said, "We don't need to talk about this. It's being dealt with internally."
And Seth said, "I can't talk about it."
So
it's brilliant.
It's so well done and complete, like on the opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of like the Cody and Roman stuff and the way that was done on the football field. It's very cinematic, and then the creative way that this is being executed. It's just, I love it, and they knew that fans would circulate the videos.
That's what baffles my mind is that imagine knowing that you're going to do something. Just a no. You just know that they'll pick it up.
Though? The fact that they took this risk and was like, yeah, you guys, Kevin, you're going to turn heel on Cody, and we're going to let the crowd share it. That could only work with Cody, because Cody is the type of talent that stays behind the shows, speaks to all the fans, signs autographs, take pictures. Like, that can only work with him because the fans will actually legitimately run up to him and make sure they're filming him. And then obviously that would have taken place where Kevin Owens would have had that segment.
Yeah, I mean, they were very clever about where they positioned it because they know fans hang out outside the arena and stuff. But some of the angles were from quite far away.
That is true. It was from like a ceiling or something.
So, I thought it was so well done, but it was... Why it was so good is because it did what wrestling should make you do, and that's question what's real.
Yeah.
And that's, and
so what,
it was
so
just
what,
so well
what do
done.
you think is... this is my third random question.
Oh, okay. Hit it.
Skillit's random question.
3 in a show.
Baby.
It's too much.
Yeah, sorry guys, I apologize.
Go on, what's your random question?
What do you think his reasons were for turning on Cody?
These aren't quite random, though. They are. they're just in nature of what we're talking about.
That's just part of the conversation.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw the theme in 3 times in the show.
Brilliant.
History.
Clearly they're talking about the storyline of him tagging with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens
that's
not
what it is, isn't it?
being happy about it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're saying that he stole his Skittles or anything like that.
No. Oh,
And then the fact that Cody and Roman got the win.
Yeah. And then Cody shook his hand and...
Did they shake hands? No, they didn't shake hands.
Some sort of
I think he's doing that, like to say, like, what do you want from me, Kevin? And then and it happens, doesn't it? So I hope it's not a heel turn. I hope it's him just going, I've had enough of the situation. He doesn't have to be a heel.
Yeah,
I know he's beating up the babyface who I love, but like,
you're right.
Why does it have to be you're now a bad guy?
That's right.
This is what I want from Triple H. This is the shades of grey that we should have as human beings. We're annoyed at you. We're annoyed enough to, brothers fight.
That's right. But it was a proper beat. Like it wasn't like a wrestling style beat down.
Yeah, it was a fight.
It was just a fight. Yeah. It was and then so I thought that was great and very brave of WWE to do it in that way. Very creative. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So we'll see how that plays out this Friday on SmackDown. By the way, just going back to The Rock, the state of his People's Championship belt.
It's still better than the Intercontinental title before they added the blue. I hated that. And it's all he's taken is that little bit of blue, that little hark back. I'm like, thank you.
The People's Championship belt is basically the modern day version of the $1 Million Championship.
and the Brahma Bull belt. Remember the Brahma Bull belt?
I've got a foam version of that.
Oh god,
it's a shame. Virgil isn't around to beat him for it.
That's right. You got LA Knight. He's a former $1 Million champ.
Yeah, Virgil died.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he did die. Yeah. Anyway, big shout out to Fanatics. By the way, GP has teamed up with Fanatics, the team who power the official WWE Euro shop. If you're looking for some WWE merch, get yourself to wwegp.co.uk. Click the Fanatics banner and use the promo code GP15 and you'll get 15% off anything you like on WWE Euro shop. Talking to Jay's IC title, that replica belt is up there
already.
Loads of Jey Uso champion collection stuff is up there. So if you want to help support GP, this is a really brilliant way to do it. Just head to wwegp.co.uk, and if you're buying merch anyway, do so using the promo code GP15 and you'll get 15% off any order. Helps us out, helps you out, gives you a discount. Brilliant thing to do. So thank you to our partners at Fanatics. Should we quickly talk about the quick Raw?
Yes.
I didn't know. I forgot when I put it on and I saw how long it was. I was very confused and I was like, oh, yeah, it's this week.
Is it just me who's missing the 3 hours?
I was going to say, what did you guys do with your third hour? Now that was...
I think half the roster are missing the third hour.
Do you know what? I mean, in so many ways, it was an absolute breeze to get through 2 hours.
Yeah,
of Raw.
it was.
I did like it. Yeah. I do prefer. I've always said the third hour of Raw is too much.
Yeah.
A wrestling show, unless it's an end of the month PLE, shouldn't be more than 2 hours, and I stick by that. It was the first week. It was the transition week. It was always going to be a bit tough. I do feel like certain things felt rushed, in particular the Xavier Woods Jey Uso match.
Yep.
I felt like Xavier maybe shouldn't have been beaten so easily.
I agree.
And I guess the other flag was that all the women were just thrown into a 75 person
And
tag
I joke
match.
throwback. That's I've forgotten those matches used to have. Well, not forgotten.
We
but
talked
like,
about it. We talked about the Divas Revolution.
Yeah, like those
The
matches used to
Divas
be common
Revolution.
practice, didn't they? On a Raw and a SmackDown, and they just throw them all in. If you're not at the top of the card, and I mean, they're meant to be all tag teams, aren't they? Really, but. Yeah, it did feel very much like in mid 2010s kind of.
It felt like time was squeezed. Let's just get them all out there, and so that kind of stuff is a shame. I would just don't appear that week, and have something more significant the next week.
Yeah,
like that would always be my thought. But the show opened with Punk. And his promo, we talked about how well he sold the Hell in a Cell match. I thought it was a great promo. He thanked the people backstage. He thanked all his fellow performers. He thanked his fans, the Ride or Die fans, and he also thanked the people who don't like him.
Basically thanks Kevin Clifton and me.
Yeah. And he said, I'd turn your hate into cash.
Cash, baby.
But he said, keep doubting me because I'm here to prove you wrong.
He actually even said the words, keep doubting me, Ash and Kevin. Yeah. I was like, wow, he's specific to GP. Yeah, that was crazy.
I'll see you at Survivor Series.
Well, but this is the question. So when will we see him? Because he made noises about going away for a while. I think he's, going to miss the Saudi show.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But what are we predicting for Punk? Is it off until Mania? Sorry,
Rumble.
not Mania, Rumble.
December's always a
February.
I know, December's a funny time, isn't it? I mean, maybe it's Saturday night main event. Maybe if they're going to make this a big deal,
It could be Saturday night main event.
or January for Netflix. He's got to be on the first Raw on Netflix, isn't he? So he'll definitely be back for that.
I think Drew will be back for Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, Survivor Series is going to be taken up by some sort of bloodline war game, isn't he? Whatever the version
the main
is.
event is, yeah.
So you don't really need him back for that, and there isn't an obvious place because it's going to be him, Seth, at WrestleMania. We all now assume anyway because it was the plan this year.
Yeah.
So maybe December. I don't know. That still feels a lot of time missed.
So if it's Seth versus Punk for the World Championship at Mania, how do we get
Does
the
it
belt?
need a belt?
I think. Well, I mean, because that was always the plan. I feel like it's going to be a world title
Punk has
match.
to dethrone Gunther.
Punk dethrones.
No, I think Punk needs to dethrone Seth.
Yeah,
at Mania.
So Seth dethrones Gunther.
Yeah,
you could do. Yeah, you could do Seth Punk Gunther. Can you? You could do that.
Have we had that before? We haven't had that before.
No.
That could be Saturday night, or that could even be.
But why
Series.
does Punk have to dethrone Seth? Why can't Seth have his moment in the sun at WrestleMania? He hasn't had one in ages.
What, to win a belt? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
I guess he did beat Brock Lesnar in
Triple H
at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then Punk needs to do it then.
Great analysis from Skills as always. Jay versus Xavier Woods. Absolutely loving the Xavier Woods business.
I don't know if I care.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Why do you not care?
I don't know. I just don't really care if the New Day
Ash.
Come on.
I think it's got. I mean, I'm a little bit more interested than I was
Racism.
at the start. I'm basically Triple H.
Ash, you do see colour.
Basically, Bobby Lashley, rubbish.
No. I hear what you know. One thing I would agree with.
Where's it gonna go?
One thing I agree with is since because the promos where they were arguing back and forth was brilliant.
Yeah,
Backstage,
the promos were good.
But since then, I thought no, I think they've kind of, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, they lost the tag match, and then now he lost the match to Jay. Okay, no, it's all making sense.
And if it comes to a Xavier v Kofi match, it'd be a great match. And what happens then?
No, but Big
E's going to come back.
That's when you're going to start caring.
When you watch the promo,
when
they show footage of the New Day back in 2014.
Yeah, when did the 10-year thing?
Yeah. It's going to be, it's the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really masterfully done.
Over.
And what I love is it's intertwining with other stuff. So Jay being beaten down by Bron Breakker post-match. And then Kofi's like, we need to go and help Jay.
Yeah.
And Xavier's against it.
Yeah.
But
that's again, why is he against it?
Because he's a spoiled brat.
Well, because Jay's just beating him.
Yeah. He's not handling losing.
I thought it was perfect.
Xavier's not handling losing well because he hasn't been a champion.
I think it's a bit of a jump. I think.
I think it's been nice stepping stones each week. It's frustration. He's just lost, and he lost cleanly.
Yep.
Like no one interfered, so he can't blame anyone else. But then he's, it's the bitter pill to swallow. So he doesn't then want to help Jay, and then when he's talked into helping Jay by Kofi, he ends up being speared. I just think it's really layered
good,
and
man.
nice.
Okay. No,
This is Ash's final appearance.
Yeah.
on
No,
Grudge.
that's my thing. The payoff would be, the Big E coming back. I don't know if it's enough for me. I just don't think I've been given enough to invest in Xavier Woods in the past sort of few years. Not early New Day and when New Day were on top and stuff. So think, I want to see it. And Kofi, he's been around for so long and done so much. I just don't know. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. I just don't think I care enough about the end product, the end of this, and like, what happens then? Once they have the breakup.
Xavier has to turn heel, right? This can't be all doing all this so the New Day
but then
can reunite and
he beats
stay a
Kofi,
faction.
and then what?
How do you mean?
Well, what do you do with Kofi? What do you do with a heel Xavier Woods after he's done with Kofi?
I think the plan was to pair him up with Odyssey Jones, but Odyssey Jones messed that up.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to be the muscle to Xavier's chicken SHIT heel run. So you're gonna have to find somebody else that's gonna be.
I think with a heel Kofi, with a heel Xavier Woods, you just put him in a faction with lots of other black men. I think that's the answer.
And it's fine.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stick him in
diversity.
The New Testament.
I do know what you mean, and I do. There is an issue in that there has been so many years now when it's like New Day haven't been doing anything, and it's like we haven't cared because they just haven't been a prominent part of the show. But I think the way they're building it all up. And the way they're building Kofi and Xavier again, and their characters and the history, I think by the time
Big E, I think you're right.
I think by the time Big E comes back on TV and is a part of this, I think we're going to see some really beautiful stuff.
Definitely, I agree.
I hope
really
for Big
do.
E then, yeah.
And I thought it was quite amusing, by the way. Last week, me and Mex were talking about all the layers to Bron Breakker's character. Actually, he's just full heel again. What did we know?
He's brilliant, mate.
What did we know? Gunther, Sami Zayn. I want to quickly talk about this. I think we've been going quite a long time, Ben. How long?
An hour and 20.
So no room for another random question then?
Not a fourth one, absolutely not.
Well, I'm still waiting for the first random one. Not just a question.
Here's another part of the conversation. So Gunther, Sami.
another part of the conversation.
Sit down, you've already got one.
Doesn't
work.
quite have the same ring to it.
Okay, sorry guys.
So Gunther, Sami Zayn for the world title, obviously brilliant. The way the match was structured, storytelling within the match kind of reminded me of Bret Hart. I maintain Sami Zayn is my favourite wrestler. What really hit home for me was how the pace and fluidity of WWE stories have changed over the last year or so. Like a few weeks ago, we were complaining about the lack of tag title matches on PLEs, but actually the way WWE's booking certain feuds on TV only, it means the storylines are out of sync and there's proper main events now on TV pretty much every week. So like we talked about the ladder match on SmackDown.
I like that.
This was another
SmackDown
good
as well.
example.
Is coming. Sorry to interrupt you. SmackDown is coming like next to a PLA. That SmackDown's always quite big as well. I like that they make the SmackDown, especially when it's in like a different country as well. But they even do it now, like they did with Bad Blood. It's like that SmackDown is not just a go home show now.
No, but
it's almost like a kickoff show.
Yeah,
but better.
That's a good way of putting it. But I thought this was good. I quite like the match. I mean, it obviously wasn't Sami's crowning moment and taking the world title, which I believe will happen one day. And when it does, it has to happen on a PLE.
Yeah.
But so the fact that this happened on TV was great, and it was just a really good match. Opinions on his Hulk moment when he was powerbombed and kicked out at 1, because I loved it.
Yeah,
because of the adrenaline
Yeah.
and the way the commentators sold it, I thought that was a really great moment.
It definitely paid off.
But is there an argument to say he didn't sell the powerbomb?
I think Sami can get away with it.
Sami could get away with it because he draws that emotion. Sami's
Yeah.
one of those people who can draw emotion. He's very talented at that.
Yeah, he is.
I would just say that normally if I want somebody to poke out and do that and to kick out of a pinfall in 1 second, you better win the match, baby. And if you ain't winning the match, don't do that spot. that's the way I see it. Don't do that spot, baby.
But he was choked out. He didn't quit.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't tap out. He just was,
Yeah, it was the right decision.
His time will come.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought it was a brilliant main event.
What do we make of this whole Gunther, Godin Goldberg, this whole side of Gunther that we...
Controversial opinion about Gunther.
Go on.
I'm not enjoying these promos.
Really?
I'm not.
Well, he's kind of changed because he's become more of a slimy heel, hasn't he? Which...
I've been really enjoying his promos.
I feel like he says some good lines. There's some lines that they feed him that are really good, but as a talker, I'm just not invested in him.
Really?
Yeah, I like his in-ring work. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he has great matches. He could definitely be he's definitely a main event.
Yeah.
But I just don't. He doesn't do it for me.
He doesn't really do it for me. Like, he's not my cup of tea.
No.
I enjoy his work and I appreciate it. But he's not something I gravitate towards just because that's not the kind of. I like different kind of charisma. I like The Rock. that sort of thing.
I do know
you
what
like
you mean.
actual charisma,
and also I love baby. Like Cody Rhodes is my man. So
apparently Undertaker, I can't remember where I read this and I can't remember what show it was, but backstage Taker approached Gunther and he said, "You're my guy."
Yeah.
And I wish we were wrestling at the same time. We would have made a lot of money together.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's a massive show of respect. I mean, I love Gunther. We talked about it last week on this show. We were talking about the layers that he's bringing to promos. The fact that he was talking about his dad not being proud of him because of the loss to Sammy. There's just subtle things that they're adding to the Gunther character, which I'm starting to like, and for me, week on week, it means his mic work, his character work is improving all the time, and he's got a lovely confidence about him now. I'm a fan. I want to read an email. James Pugh has been in touch. Hi, James and GP roster of great analysts. That's you two, and Max and Kev. I just wanted to drop you a quick email in relation to this week's show and a couple of comments regarding Saraya/Paige. This was actually a slightly old email, so it was a few weeks ago. She was mentioned twice on the episode in two different instances. One being the poor promo in relation to Charlotte's brother, which I absolutely agree with. So that was when Paige made a gag about Reed. Yeah. It was definitely in bad taste. But as for the other, in relation to her and Xavier, in, let's just say, a poor life choice, do we really need to let it define her, who she is and who she's been as a performer, especially with everything she's contributed to the industry? Now, just to clarify this only came up because we were talking about the New Day being more serious, and then I think it was Mech said, or it might have even been you, Skills, when the
Usos,
the Usos and the New Day got really serious and had that brilliant feud. The only reason we mentioned Paige was because in one of the promos, the Usos made a gag
about
Xavier and Paige, and their X-rated video.
That's right.
We didn't say anything.
I don't think so.
Derogatory
when
about
you're reading
Paige.
that, I didn't recall that. No.
So I think, James, you should go back and listen to that episode because in no way did we make a judgment about Saraya and what happened there. We were just referencing the fact that a gag had been made by the Usos when talking about a New Day Usos promo. So. Because he's gone on here. I'm sure you didn't go out of your way to dig her out.
No, we didn't.
But I just wanted to ask.
I guess for him, he's probably thinking it was not necessary to bring that up. I guess that's probably what he's trying to say.
Yeah, maybe
he might have a point about that.
No, I disagree.
Okay, sure.
I disagree.
Right.
Anyway, he then goes on to say, I'm a big fan of the show and you got me through some tough times. I also had the pleasure of bumping into James in Philly this year at WrestleMania World, where you were very friendly and even had a brief chat after what I could imagine was a long day of content creating. I was the guy in the Bailey shirt and we took a selfie together. It's okay if you don't remember. Of course I remember.
A Pam shirt.
But now I remember the fact that you slagged me off. Yeah, cheers, James. I'm joking. Thank you for all that you do. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a real pleasure on my ears having you back week to week. And if you're ever in market for a women's wrestling correspondent, feel free to hit me up. All the best, James Pugh. After what you just said about Paige, you're the one bringing up Paige's history, James. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm joking. Thank you for the email, as always. Keep your emails coming in. Hello you at www.gp.co.uk. Should we have some final thoughts?
Yes, please.
Okay, we should really have a jingle for final thoughts.
Yeah. I love the final thoughts segment.
Ben, look, he's making a note. He's making a note.
You know what we should do? You should just do the same jingle as Skillet's random question, but just James' final thoughts.
Yeah, could do. The difference is I won't play it 3 times in an episode.
And not live up to its name.
Yeah. Apologies, guys. Sorry, listeners.
Anyway, final thoughts. Dom hangs upside down with a chain around his ankle while Rhea Ripley whipped him with a kendo stick. Thanks to WWE for introducing me to a new sexual fantasy I never knew I had. No Final Testament match on Raw this week. Thanks to WWE for introducing me to a new sexual fantasy I never knew I had.
Trips loves a bit of carrion.
That is brilliant.
And finally, Goldberg has been left surprised this week as fans break into a deafening chant of one less match. one less match. Oh, I don't want to see Goldberg back.
I don't think Triple H did. Even when Triple H raised his hand, he was a bit like, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
This is a mistake.
What am I doing?
At least his son didn't get in the ring and take his t-shirt off again.
Gage.
Yeah.
Also, Triple H has kind of got away with some of his booking recently. He's done some Vince McMahon type booking. I mean, sorry, I know the match was quite fun to watch, but the what was that Sheamus Pete Dunne stipulation match they had on Raw?
Oh, Donnybrook.
Oh, the barrel spot was pretty good.
Yeah, it was excellent.
That barrel spot was brilliant.
Yeah.
But that match
Oh,
was
we should say as well.
gimmicky matches like what Vince used to do.
But notice there was a whiskey sponsor attached.
That is
So
true.
that's the reason. So all about the dollar.
That is shout out to Wade Barrett for getting the first ever Ian Botham mention on Monday Night Raw.
Ian Botham.
That is hilarious.
What was the reference?
Because they had a cricket bat in
the
that
cricket
match.
bat,
And he
of
was
course,
something, he
yeah.
said that, and I had to tweet it, which he did. Stu did tweet me back as well and said it's one for the lads.
That's hilarious.
Oh, shout out to Stu Bennett. What's Ian Botham's nickname?
Beefy.
Oh, Beefy. That's it. Who's the hairy cornflake?
Was there a hairy cornflake?
Ben, who's the hairy cornflake?
Is there a cricket player called the hairy
Don't
cornflake?
just shrug your shoulders. Google it.
Ian Botham used to also be the team captain on Question of Sport.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he was. Yeah.
Who is it? Dave Lee Travis.
Oh, right, yeah, he's a
Dave-
DJ, not a cricket player, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, anyway, keep your emails coming in. Hello you at wbgp.co.uk. Give us a follow on social media at wbgp on X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And you can follow me at James Delo on Instagram if you so desire. Ash, where can people find you on the social?
I am at Ashrose UK on all the platforms, actually just 2 of them, but yeah.
Well, which ones?
Twitter and it is Twitter, isn't it? X and Instagram.
Okay, there you go. And Skills, where can people find you?
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram under the guise of Skillit World. SKILLIT World.
Oh, lovely. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@WBGP. And finally, it really helps us out if you can rate and review Gorilla Position wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a fun show. I hope you have a great week, and we shall see you in 7 days. This has been a Starstruck Media production. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Gorilla Position.
I'm a champion!